In this video, I am demonstrating how I went about handling a cataract and combining it with an autograft of a nasal pterygium. So after placing my incisions and staining the anterior capsule with trypan blue, I go ahead with stabilizing the globe with a Sinskey hook through the paracenthesis and initiating and completing my rhexis with a bent 26 gauge needle. So as long as you don't migrate to the zonular area, it's very easy to control this flap and bring it around. This is a soft cataract, and these are the cataracts which are very prone to give you a lot of heartache. And so after the rhexis, I'm making sure I do an adequate hydrodissection, keep decompressing in between and rotating the nucleus. Now my idea is to prolapse out the pole of this nucleus. Rather than handling the nucleus in the capsular bag, it's better to just prolapse it out. And sometimes you can just rotate it with your Sinskey hook. Now there's an epinuclear shell on top, that's why we're having difficulty. So I just take two Sinskey hooks and rotate it out. And just with HPMC, I get out all the epinuclear shell, so that problem is solved completely. I then take the Sinskey hook in my left hand and my phaco probe, and using very low phaco power but high vacuum, I sort of carousel this at the iris plane, or maybe even slightly above, it doesn't matter. As long as your power is so low, your phaco time is low, your tip is facing downwards, I don't see any problem. And I've done so many of these cases. My heart rate is very steady using this technique, and there's it. I am in pulse mode. That is, my duty cycle is 60-40, that is 60% of the time it's time off and only 40% on, and yet the complete phaco time for that entire complex was just 4.4 seconds. So if you take 40% of it, it's less, it's about 2 seconds that way I've used phaco power, and at a very low power. I hardly use 30%. And once I have finished that, I go ahead with my bimanual and remove all the remaining cortex from 360 degrees around in the fornices of this capsular bag. I even go ahead and polish the posterior capsule under my polishing parameters, which are very low vacuum, and sorry about that. After that, I go ahead and inject my single piece foldable directly into the bag, put in some more HPMC and handle the pterygium. And look how I am handling the pterygium. Everything is blunt dissection. I don't do any sharp dissection except at one part, which I'll show you later. So I go at either side of the base of the pterygium with my LIMS forceps, connect both the upper and lower part, and just cut off this head. It's still attached to the corneal part. And when you do this, your dissection is much less than what you would do if you keep dissecting the whole pterygium. And the whole pterygium is basically just avulsed from its corneal attachment. All little bits and tissues are just pulled off, and you get a smooth surface. And look how I take out the subconjunctival tissue. I don't use any assistant. I just first bluntly separate the tenons or the degenerated tissue, a little bit of a uh, sharp dissection to hurry the procedure. And finally, you have use sharp dissection. Don't cut too much. There is no need to go and fiddle around too much and take out so much tissue. So just take out what is needed and leave the normal tissue as it is. So once that is done, you can see the defect is not that great, and I always take my graft from the lower part of the conjunctiva. I try to avoid the upper part. Try to dissect as much tenons off. Don't have to be big-headed about it. Yeah. And just cutting it on 3 sides, leaving the limbal part attached. I then flip the flap over the cornea and dissect whatever tenons that I can safely. Now, dissecting out the flap as such, cut it off its attachment. I will flip this, making sure that the limbus is towards the limbus, and just slide it across and see how beautifully it goes. You slide it across and just spread it in that defect. Make sure it is not folded anywhere. That's about it. And I just leave the autologous blood to do the rest. People say keep it for 10 minutes. I don't do that. I keep it just for 5 minutes. In between, I just take out all the HPMC. Make sure I tap on the lens, bring out all the HPMC. It's a little low flow because I don't want this flow to go and lift up my autograft. And once I have done that, I use a Vexil sponge to sort of tap everything into place and take out all the blood clots. Put in my intracameral antibiotic, hydrate the wounds, and conclude my surgery. Thank you very much for watching.